this video of Oracle, we are going to talk about and learn about our topic number 4, number data type used in Oracle. So let's move on. Data type used in Oracle. Data type. So as we have studied the character data type, now we are going to learn about the number data type used in Oracle. Then we will move and work on the date also, date data type, and log data type also. So let's move on the number data type, which is so important. And in the previous video we have talked about the character data type, and we have learned many more things. So please revise all that video, all that things. In this video we will learn number data type. So let's move on. Number data type. Okay, now we are talking about the number data type. In the character data type, we were using the strings, alphanumerical character. Now here, number data type means store fixed and floating point numbers. Means it can store floating point, that is the decimal value you can say, and a fixed part also, means the elaborated part of the number 1, 2 and any kind of number. Means number data type can store fixed as well as the floating point number. So it accepts up to 38 digit of precision. Now this is the important concept to understand, that it can accept up to 38 digit of precision. Now what the meaning of the precision here, I think you might be not getting that, because you doesn't know anything about this. But you know about the number, that what is a number, and what other format you can say, other type of number, that it can store fixed, it can store floating values, double and all. So number data type is store fixed and floating point number. You already know about this. What is the precision value? So it is that value which decides that after which place you are going to add the decimal in the floating point number. So it means that 38 times 9 before decimal number. It means 38 times 9 before decimal number. So we can say that number data type stores fixed length and floating number point. So we can say that number data type store fixed length and floating point number, and it accepts up to 38 digit, means its range is 38 digit, that it can store up to 38 digit. And you are thinking what 38 digit is a minimum value, but it is not. In Oracle, 38 digit of precision, it means 38 times 9 and not 38, and before decimal number. So 38 digits of precision, 38 digit of precision I am talking. That number data type can store fixed and floating point number, and it accepts up to 38 digit of precision I am talking. It means 38 times 9 before decimal number. So moving on, that what is the meaning of precision, how we are just going to use in the Oracle, and how we are setting the number data type in the Oracle. These all questions were arising in your mind. I am going to sort out these all questions now. So the flowing number can be stored in the number columns. Now the thing arises that number, okay, we have supposed that number, okay, that it might be positive, negative or 0. So in number column if I am using if I am using contact, employee contact as a column name, and I have to use column name, I have to use data type column name as a number. So what kind of value I am just going to fix there? So we know the properties of a contact, that is the employee contact. That number, that contact mobile number should be positive and contains 10 characters, 10 number only. 10 number we can say, it might be consisting of 10 numbers. So in employee contact we are using the number data type and having positive number in that, and also we are setting the size of it, that it can store maximum up to 10. So we can say that number can be stored in the number columns, and the following numbers can be stored in the number column. What that numbers might be? That might be positive, that might be negative, and that might be 0 also. And now talking about the positive number in the range. Here talking about the positive number, the following number can be stored in the number columns. So in number columns we can store this type of number. It might be positive, it might be negative, and it might be 0. So if we are talking about the positive number in the range 1 into 10 hyphen 132 9.9999 and so on, with up to 38 significant digits. So it means that we have talked about the 38 digit of precision value, that it means 38 times 9, 38 times 9 before decimal values. So positive number range is 1 into 10 hyphen 132 9.999 and so on. So it can store these types and these large value in it. Negative number from minus 1 into 10 minus 132 9.99 and so on, with up to 38 significant digits. Again we are going to talk about the significant digit. Significant digit were those digits were used for the precision, for the precise value. Now if we are talking about the number, then here you are seeing that the number data type is stored fixed and floating point number, and it can accept up to 38 digit of precision. That means 38 times before decimal number. So we can say that we can store or kept our number up to 38 digit of precision value, that is 38 times 9 before decimal. So this is what we have talked about, that the following number can be positive, negative, or 0 it might be. So these all number we are going to store in the number columns. So moving on the topics that specifies the column. So this is also important. For numeric columns you can specify the column as. So we can say that we can also specify the column, that column name should be a number. And if we talk about the column, I am going to talk about the simple example, that employee contact is the column name I am taking, and I am using the data type number. So here column name and here data type. Which types of data type? Here I am using number data type because I have taken column name as employee contact, that is the number of the employee, that is the mobile number of the employee. So I have taken the employee contact as a number. So what this data type do, and what it takes action, and what the compiler is going to understand this all concept. So we can say that compiler understood the column name, which is the part of the table, that is the employee contact, and number compiler understood number as the data type, and number can be positive, negative, and 0. So here the compiler understood that I have taken the column name employee contact having data type number, so number can be anything might be positive, negative, or 0. So optionally you can also specify a precision. So I wanna to set or some of the condition here that that number should be floating number, that number should be decimal number. So if I wanted to set a condition, then also it has to specify the column. So we can say that Oracle has given the facility to the programmer that it can store their number in the precision value as well as the scale value. Now what is the precision, what is the scale means? So Oracle given the facility that you can also specify a precision, that is total number of digit in it. So precision says that total number of digit in it, and scales says and talks about the number of digit to the right of the decimal point, number of the digit to the right of the decimal point. So precision means total number of digit and scale means number of digit to the right of the decimal point. So simple, very simple. What here, if we are going to use the column name and data type is number only and not using the precision and scaling, so here the data type Oracle will understood is that number only, and it might be positive, negative, or 0. So this is the fact. Now moving on the next, that is the column name. As we have described about the column name, that is it is the part of the table, and we have given you example as employee contact there, that I am using the column name as employee contact, and because it store the number, so I am using the data type, so I am using the data type number here. What I want to set precision here and scale here, and we have talked about the precision and scale, that precision is nothing but total number of digit in that column. So precision is nothing but total number of digits, and scale is nothing but number of digits to the right of the decimal point. So it's simple point, you can say precision is nothing but total number of digits in that column, and scale is nothing but number of digits to the right of the decimal point. So it's so simple, so precise means of example. So if a precision is not specified, the column stored value as given. So if I am not going to set here the precision, then the column will set the number as value only, that is its default value. If I am not using any precision, then the column stored value as a given, जो भी, that is whatever that is given. So if no scale is specified, the scale is 0. So here if I am using the precision, then it will precise the value and give the output as in the column name. But if I am not going to specify this precision and this scale, then the number that is going to be returned to the column name is going to be number only and not the precise value. Okay, so Oracle guaranteed probability. So Oracle guarantees portability of a number with a precision equal to or less than 38 digits. As we have talked about the number data type, so it can accept up to 38 digits of precise value. It means that What it means? It means that 38 times 9 before decimal values. So Oracle guarantees portability of a number, that we can precise the value, we cannot precise the value, we can use the number as a simple data type, we can use the number data type according to precise value or according to scaling. So these all were given by the Oracle corporation, and it is very useful for storing the number in different format. So if we want to store number in the floating point, then I will use a precise value as well as a scale. So, and if I wanted to that store the value as a normal value, we can say 1 2 3 and so on, so I will use the number only. So moving on the next, that is the column name number. Here we are using in the precision value all. Asterisk, asterisk means all. In SQL, asterisk means all, that whatever the precision is going to be, that is all. Comma, scale, scale here is the total digit, total digit after the decimal, total digit which is the right of the decimal. Scale means, in this case the precision is 38 because we have set it asterisk. So precision is 38 and the specified scale is maintained. Specified scale might be 1 2 or anything like this. So just look and forward for the best example that I can give you for the number data type. Let's move on. So let's talk about the things that were provided by the oracles. When you specify numerical field, that is numeric field, it is a good idea to specify the precision and scale. So precision and scale gives you the idea that how you are going to use your numerical data types, and it allows full features. Like if I wanted to store the number in the format of decimal, then I can store it easily. If I wanted to set this condition that number should be within the limit, then I can use the precision and scales, and this is really going to help you, and this all idea will help you to do code in the Oracle. So these provide extra integrity checking on input. So moving on the scaling factor, that how scale factor affects numerical data storage. So let's move on. Here you are seeing some of the example contained in the table. Here you can say that input data is specified as and stored as. So if the user has input this data, means this number, and user has specified this number means as a number only, data type as a number only, then how it is going to be stored in here, that is the decimal only, because what the value has input and we are using the simple number only, then the stored value will be simple, that will be the input value. So here you are saying that the input value is 7, 452, 123.89, which is the fractional part, you can say decimal point, which you can say that the decimal after the 2 points. So number will be stored in the database after the 2 points. What? Here you are seeing that we are using the precision value and scale value. So what we have studied, that precision value counts the total number of digit, and scale links count the total number of the digit to the right of the decimal. So what the count and scales means, so what the precision and the scale means is that precision count the total number of digit in that column, and also scale count the total number of digit to the right of the decimal value. So if the user is providing us 7456 comma 123.89, which is provided, which is given by the user, then the number, because we have used the data type like this, number asterisk comma 1. So precision is all, and in precision they are 38, maximum size is 38. So 38 times it can store the data. Having scaling 1, so before the decimal. So we can say that if the number entered by the user is 7,456,123.89, which is given by the user, then the system is going to store that number in this format, because I have set in this condition here as a specified condition to the number. So what the system will store? 7,456,123.9, because scale says that total number of what? Scale says that total number of digit to the right of the decimal. So total number of digit to the right of decimal. So here you are seeing that 1, so we will use 0.1 here only. So if here 2, then we will write this all. So moving on to another example, that is number 9. So what will be the output and how the data is going to be stored? Here you are seeing 7,456,123.89. It is that value which is entered by the user. Now we have stated the condition here that number should be 9 only. So here you are seeing that I have precise the value only. So total number of digit can be only 9. So total number of digit can be only 9, and no any decimal value. So no any decimal value. Now moving on to another example, that is 7,456,123.89, which is entered by the user. Now again you are seeing here that the number I have specified is 9,2. Now precision is 9 and scale is 2. So scale says that before the decimal point, and precision says total number of values, total number of digit. So total number of digit, having scaling 2. So here you are seeing here another example which is input by the users, that is 7,456,123.89, which is entered by the user. Now I have given the condition for that number in the database, that number should follow this order, that is number 9, 1. That it means that the precision should be 9 and the scale should be 1. So here you are seeing that the precision is 9. Precision is 9 because it contains 9. Total count of the number is 9. What? Scale should be 1. So here you are seeing that the 2 places after the decimal, but here you are seeing 1 place is after the decimal. This is what the fact says. So moving on the more example here. Again the user have entered us that value, that is 7,456,123.89. Now I have specified that value as a number 6. So what it will say? So it will not going to accept your value and it will write exceeds precision, because our precision is lesser than that number. so it will not going to store that value. And this is what the fact and most important point. Now let's move on that 7 comma 456 comma 123.89, which is the number entered by the user. Now I have set the specified type or specified as that I am using the condition number here as 7 comma minus 2. Now precision is 7 and scale is minus 2. So what the number is going to be stored here? So it's simple, 7456100, because it will not going to store the decimal value. Instead that it will raise that values having this side of place, that is 00. So these all are, and where was the, this all was the topics that were discussed in the numerical data type. I hope that you will understand it quite well, because the thing in it was very precise, very precise concept, significant digits were used in these videos. So number data type stores scales and precision, and Oracle has facilitate and given most of the facilities that can be used as a number data type, and how we can change the number in the floating decimal, how we can use the simple number, and the scale, how the scale is going to affect the storing area of the data type. So these all were the concept that is so important in the data type. So this was all about the numerical data types. In the next video we will learn about the date data types, which is so important to store the date in the Oracle. So thanks for watching. धन्यवाद.